Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Jungle Cruise. This is the latest Dwayne Johnson movie. This is a Disney movie, of course, based on the ride that they have, Jungle Cruise, also starring Emily Blunt, Jack Whitehall, Paul Giamatti, and Jesse Plemons. Okay, and basically the story, Dwayne Johnson plays Frank Mitchell. He's a not riverboat, but a boat captain in the Amazon, and Emily Blunt and Jack Whitehall, they play siblings who are on a mission to find a mysterious flower who's supposed to have mysterious healing properties. Okay, and that's the basic gist of the movie. Okay, like I said, I didn't have that high expectations. I saw the trailers for this. I said, oh, okay, well, this is. But like I said, I like Emily Blunt and I like Dwayne Johnson, so I said, let me check this out anyway because I like the actors. Okay, and it actually turned out pretty okay from what like I said, my expectations weren't that high for this movie. I thought it was just gonna be kind of average, and it does kind of remind me of two movies, The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser movie, and also Raiders of the Lost Ark. It does remind you, if you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's kind of a combination of those two movies in this. Okay, and like I said, you have the headstrong woman played by Emily Blunt, who's determined and focused to try to, get this flower and stuff, and of course she has her, comedic appeals. Jack Whitehall plays like the comic relief kind of in a way of her bumbling brother, just like in The Mummy. It was that same kind of setup. Okay, and of course, Dwayne Johnson plays Frank Mitchell. He's the the roguish hero and stuff, and so you've seen that stuff before. And Jesse Plemons plays a German officer with a submarine who's determined to beat them to that. And of course, which kind of reminds me of the Raiders of the Lost Ark with with them the Nazis versus the Germans trying to also trying to find this thing before they do. Okay, and of course you have the the comic relief and the bumbling and stuff, the brother and all that stuff, and you have you do have that bit of romance between Emily Blunt's character and Dwayne Johnson's character, Frank Mitchell, in this movie. But I actually, my expectations weren't that high for this because, like I said, I've seen this stuff before in other movies, and you've seen it in other movies, those certain aspects of this. But it actually, when I started watching this movie, I actually, first of all, the cinematography in this movie is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Okay, it looks absolutely beautiful. And the second thing is, it actually, when they started going into the story, actually, I got kind of caught up in it when they started giving you more of the backstory in there, because there's a story in there that I wasn't expecting, which really kind of took me by surprise, and I would find myself getting even more interested in the movie when I was watching it, and it really surprised me, that aspect of it. And like I said, Dwayne Johnson and Emily, but they work well together, and I wouldn't mind seeing them in another movie together. They do work well off each other. Okay, and Emily Blunt is she's just, she can do everything to me as far as I'm concerned. She can do drama, serious comedy, action, singing. She can do it all. And Dwayne Johnson, like I said, he's a charismatic person. When he's on the screen, you're paying attention to what he's doing. And I think Jesse Plemons had a great time playing this German general. I think he was a general, or could have been. Doesn't matter what he was, but he was a German officer who, was with his accent and all that stuff and his crazy ways. He definitely came a long way since Friday Night Lights, and I thought he was really good in this as well. And I think Jack Whitehall was good as comic relief. And I also, watching Jack Whitehall, and I've seen this before, and I just remember watching him in the trailers before, and then even watching him in this movie. He's a tall guy, and I was thinking, this guy reminds me of a young Henry Cavill. He does remind me. For some reason, I don't know if it was him, because I know there was a rumor about them casting another actor to be Superman. And I was wondering if they were thinking about this guy, Jack Whitehall, because he reminds me of a young Henry Cavill. He does remind me of that because he's tall. Because you can watch the movie and I think he's just about as tall as Dwayne Johnson. Because I know Dwayne Johnson, I think is about 6'5", and I think he's just about that tall. He got to be, unless he's wearing lifts or something. He looks about over 6 feet, at least. From what I've seen in the movie, it looks like he was just as tall as Dwayne Johnson, but I know they can do movie tricks to make somebody look taller. But anyway, overall, I did like this movie. Like I said, cinematography, beautiful. The story, like I said, you've seen it before with, the archetypes that they have in there, headstrong woman, roguish hero, and bumbling brother and all stuff, villain, outlandish villain and stuff. But I like the way it played out. The story definitely intrigued me, and it got me caught up in it a lot better than I thought it would. Initially, like I said, my expectations weren't that high for this, but it really did win me over watching it, and I definitely liked it. So I'm going to give Jungle Cruise, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Okay, and I definitely recommend you watch it because it's definitely a lot better than I thought it was gonna. It turned out to be a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, I got caught up in the story actually, which really did surprise me. Okay, so 7 out of 10 for me. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen Jungle Cruise, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, Bald Views and Opinions. If you check that out as well. Also have a link to my Patreon channel down below. And I will say a special thank you to my patron. His name will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say thank you to him for supporting me. And again, my patron is only $5 a month. Tons of content on there. I just got through putting all of season 1 of Stargirl, season 1 on there. And I'll be reviewing Stargirl season 2 when it debuts August 10th. So look for that on my Patreon as well. And I'll also have an edited version on this channel. So please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.